since Jawan came out. It's been a week, I think. Last Thursday it came out, and
Exactly a week. Yeah, correct.
yes, it's been a week, and we kept planning, and then sometime I was busy, then he was busy, so it just kept happening like that, and finally we got time, a slot to talk about our uh, favorite actor. I think he's more than an actor now. I mean, we should not be even calling Shahrukh Khan just as an actor. He's like probably our favorite person in the entertainment industry, if that's the right way of putting it across, and uh, the inspiration that he has been, and why I put the title that Jawan is not just another Bollywood film now. It's become more than that. It's become a phenomenon because some films talk to you directly in a way that it hits different, and especially in this film, the way Shah Rukh Khan broke the fourth wall at the very end of the film, and he literally just was almost talking directly to you. It had that sense of realism on his face, and you could feel that this man has been silent for 4 years, and finally he has spoken, and he has spoken through a medium that he knows best, cinema. So to discuss further about that, I've got Abhineet from Geeky Shiki, and it's a very interesting thing for somebody who runs a channel about Marvel and DC and all things geeky stuff to be doing a video about a Bollywood film. So first of all, Abhineet, I know you also did a video which did well on your YouTube. So why Jawan, if I ask you?
I did the same for Pathan as well. I think you
Yeah.
missed that. But anyway, the thing is, I totally agree with you on the first part that Shah Rukh Khan isn't just an actor anymore. We are connected to him.
Hmm.
If we talk about 90s kid, the first name that you're going to say is Shah Rukh Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Shah
Yeah.
Rukh Khan. There was this point in my life when I used to fight my friends who used to hate him. I think they still do, but I used to
Hmm.
fight with them. He's the best, he's the best. Someone
Yeah.
was criticizing about something about him related to him. I actually punched him.
Hmm.
Then he punched me back, then he bullied me, kicked me a lot, then I actually got beaten up. But the thing is, I fought for him. He doesn't even know me, Shah Rukh Khan. Perhaps one day he will. So the
I'm
thing
sure.
is, correct. I totally agree, and I can actually compare Mr. Khan with one of our mutual favorite superheroes, Batman. Like Batman
Yeah.
isn't a superhero for us anymore. Similarly, Shah Rukh Khan is an. And do you also think that Jawan somehow is like something like Batman on? I don't know how to put in words together, but something it feels like Batman because when we look at the older version of Shah Rukh Khan, Vikram Rathore, he feels like the older version of Bruce Wayne. He's still active. His muscle memory is really nice, and even in his 60s, 70s, I don't know the age, he's fighting pretty good.
Yeah.
And again, the vigilantism over there.
Yeah.
So, and the movie has a darker theme. And again, the last part which you said that the Shah Rukh Khan had been quiet for 4 years, and he was actually directly talking to us.
Hmm.
And so one thing, there are so many great things about Mr. Khan. First of all, so many things happened with him, with his son in 2021. He didn't
Yeah.
speak a word. He was silent all the time. He doesn't say anything. He knows even if he'll utter a word, a controversy will revolve around him.
Yeah.
So he spoke to us directly through his actions, and his actions proved to be amazing. And now it has crossed, I don't know, 600 crores.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I think when we are making this video, maybe it has touched 700 crores, but fastest one of
Hmm.
it has created history. So we all thought that Shah Rukh Khan's career is over back in 2018 when Zero happened. Before that, Harry Met
Yeah.
Sejal happened. Before that, Fan happened. And back to back, the movies were not working out. And then he said, "Okay, I'm going on a sabbatical. I'm going to take some break, and I'll revive
Hmm.
myself."
Yeah.
And yes, indeed, he has never lost the game. He's back in action.
Hmm.
He or maybe he didn't left. He did not even leave the game. He was just giving other chance. And the best part about him is he took a sabbatical, unknowingly that COVID will happen, and 2 3 years the movies won't work. Even
Hmm.
till last year, only the movie who made a good amount of money was Brahmastra because
Yeah.
of the VFX department and the marketing. Other than that, a lot of good movies came out, but they did not work out.
And because of course I was involved in the project, so
Of course, okay, Keshav, I have to give you that.
thank you.
And that was like the first introduction to you when no one introduced me. He's the one who worked at Nona. And when I told my parents about you that this guy is Nona, this guy is this guy is Ron. This is the guy who worked at Brahmastra. So I am with Agni, and they were impressed. Okay, so I'm making good connections now. Back in Bollywood.
I think that's why
So
your parents must have allowed you to do this podcast so late at night. Otherwise, you would have been asleep by now, right?
yeah, I just
Anyway,
told them that
let's
hmm.
let's get back.
So Kesha, my question to you is two questions for you. How much you love Shah Rukh Khan, and not as an actor, but we are connected to him. Somehow we are connected to him.
Yeah.
And on the second part, how much did you enjoy Jawan? And what were your expectations with that film?
So, Shah Rukh Khan, for me, like, I've never been as big a fan of the actor Shah Rukh Khan because I have, as I've grown up to, watch, as I've watched more cinema and I've been exposed to, more and more actors and
Artistic
everything.
films.
Yeah, not just artistic films, but overall, like the more you get exposed to good cinema around the world, the more you kind of come to a conclusion about certain things. So in that sense, I know he has done some amazing stuff as well, where he has also exceeded expectations. But then overall, like I've never been a huge, like almost like those blindfolded fans of the actor Shah Rukh Khan. I've never been that, but I've been that sort of a fanatic for the person he is because of so many things. And the first one that comes to my mind is the fact that he's self-made, right? So that in itself, so I'm not an actor but I'm a musician, so being an artist who has come to Mumbai to make a career in this field, so because of that there is that relatability because okay, this guy came from Delhi as well, he had no contacts and he has made it into this huge legendary figure in the cinema, Indian cinema, history of Indian cinema. He'll go down as one of the all-time greats. So, so that
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt, but I totally agree with you. There are so many legendary names in our Indian history of cinema already. But I think after 50, 60 years, 100 years, maybe centuries later, he will be called the biggest star of Bollywood or biggest star of Indian cinema. Biggest.
yeah,
Not second, not third, but the number one in the
yeah.
later years.
Yeah, like some people are incomparable, so you can't really put him in the category with others. He is in his own league now, probably, especially after these two films. Like this, after 2023, there is no comparison at all with anybody from the yesteryear superstars or from the upcoming or from the new generation. There's no comparison in that sense. So
And
I
of
get
course,
that.
Shah Rukh has to be a super hit guy because his first film was released on the same day of as of my birthday, 25th June.
That is
95 though, but
that
his first
is
film was released in 92, I
that
guess.
is very cool stuff, and my ex-girlfriend was also born on that day, so there is some connection.
Ooh.
So anyway, coming back to so you asked me about the impact Shah Rukh had on my life. So
Mm.
in childhood I remember very well when I was very young. So the first actor I became a fan of was Shah Rukh Khan because mostly like in our households even our parents were a fan of his stuff because he started what in late 80s and early 90s, so uh,
92.
yeah
20,
so
yeah, but cinema, he had he started his on-screen journey in 89.
yeah so because it's not just us but the previous generation as well, so
Hmm.
my parents often used to take me to watch his films, so that's how I got introduced to him, and I remember
Actually,
one.
I'm so sorry I'm cutting you in, but Shah Rukh Khan is from, I think, Gautam Nagar or Rajendra Nagar, and I'm from New Rajendra Nagar, Delhi. Okay, so my father told me, we were living in Delhi, as I told you, New Rajendra Nagar. So my father told me, I think he actually saw or was the shooting of Fauji back then in real. He saw those people acting. He saw Shah Rukh Khan and few others, and some of them actually have made a quite a good name in the industry, but not as obviously as big as Shah Rukh Khan. But I think one of my journey with Shah Rukh Khan began with my parents, with my father to be precise. Shah Rukh Khan is almost my father's age, and I'll give you an example. So if someone from my age is doing well, I will obviously have a jealous factor. But with Shah Rukh Khan's case, it is not. close. Like people love him. If Shah Rukh Khan had been my age, I would have loved him so much.
Hmm.
Also, my first memory of Shah Rukh Khan is okay. I'll tell you what's my first memory of Shah Rukh Khan. So, whenever I think of Shah Rukh Khan's first memory that I have is that scene from Badshah movie when I don't remember that actor's name. He's a very famous actor. He has done lots and lots of comedy films, or I mean, comedic parts in movie. He's a Gujarati actor. He often does Parsi's role. Let me tell you his name. So, so when doctor visits Shah Rukh Khan's office and he says that your mother has needs to go under
Yeah,
operation,
yeah.
and he says, "Ambu, Ambu, वो मैंने अभी deal कर दिया. I'll get to your case." So, his name is Dinesh Hingu. He,
Okay.
that actor, Dinesh Hingu. So that is the first memory of Shah Rukh Khan that I have. That particular scene.
Hmm.
And my mom, I used to tell my mom that one day I'll become Shah Rukh Khan when I grow up. So I did not know what exactly Shah Rukh Khan meant. So I just maybe I wanted to say that I want to become an actor, but I said I want to become Shah Rukh Khan.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's my first memory of Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah, please continue, Keshav.
And my first memory is so I happened to watch. I think back in the day, टीवी पे बाजीगर आ रही थी ना. I remember very vividly that I watched that as a kid. I think it was on a Sunday or something, like when DD1 used to put these films.
And
And
then
so
you used to watch Krishna Darshan.
yeah, so I watched that, and I was, young enough to not understand life and death in that sense. So I saw vividly Shah Rukh Khan died in that film, right? And then next Sunday there was another film of Shah Rukh Khan, and I literally have this memory in my head that बहुत ही innocence के साथ I asked my dad that this person died last week. How is he alive now?
You know, this exactly same thing, kind of same thing happened in this same exact same thing, but not in Shah Rukh Khan's film. So I'm sorry if I am cutting you again, but so I remember Sarfarosh when Nasiruddin Shah's character dies. So I was like, Papa, you तो मर गया अब क्या होगा ये फिल्म में कैसे आएगा? Then my father explained that this is all acting, this is not real. So
Yeah,
I think that the innocence part that you talk about is an important thing that we will pass it on to our upcoming
yeah,
generations because we know it's fake. And please don't think of yourself as a Shaktiman, don't jump out of the window.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
so many
yeah.
cases happened back in the days, like people used to jump out of the window thinking of themselves, Shaktiman, maybe Shaktiman will protect them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and so that was my first memory with Shah Rukh Khan, and since then, in school, like as I started getting exposed to more and more films, especially with Shah Rukh Khan, somewhere or somehow, I started just subconsciously, I started acting like him at school, just to
Hmm.
uh,
People were like, teachers were like, Keshav, do you know this answer? Ma'am, maybe I don't know, but next time I will
no,
prepare
no,
it. Hmm.
no, not mimicry. That's the interesting part. I didn't mimic him,
Maybe you need the answer, but instead of doing this, you said, Ma'am, may I?
but something in his personality rubbed off on me that I used to be very filmy in school, and it was purely him because I didn't connect the same way with any other actor at that time. So
Hmm.
that's the kind of effect Shah Rukh had early on my life. So, and the second part of your question, what were my expectations from Jawan? And so honestly, I didn't have that many expectations even after Pathan success because it was being directed by Atlee. So Atlee is a director from South India who was making his debut in Hindi, and I know about him for a long time because I also review a lot of South Indian cinema on my channel. So I knew that this if this is an Atlee film, it has to be that very.
Double role.
No. I didn't expect that because uh, you know that was a surprise for me, but
That was surprise for you.
yeah, because I know
Actually, that was the first thing that people like. I watched Trident reviews videos and even Nona's video. They clearly said it has the first preview which was released. They clearly said it has to be a double role.
no
And then
I
the trailer which came out, the dialogues obviously made it so absolutely obvious. बेटे को हटाने से पहले बाप से बात कर. It's obviously going to be Shah Rukh Khan's
no
double role in
I
this
know I
movie.
know I know, and because at least previous films also had that sort of a
Double role kind
thing.
of thing.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that I didn't expect it. I just thought that since at least making his debut in Hindi, who knows, he has done maybe something different and not exactly following the pattern that he does down south. But the fact that, his films have this very common theme of a lot of, massy entertainment with the social
A
cause.
social message, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So in that sense, I was looking forward to the film, that how he would have packaged Shahrukh Khan in a way that nobody has so far. That was the interesting part for me. Other than that, like, the film part, the story or the script part, on that level, I was kind of, not really expecting something completely out of the blue as well, because these people have the success formula, and then more or less is it's that only. So with Jawan, I think I really loved it in parts. I'll be very honest, I didn't completely enjoyed through and through. There were parts where I felt, okay, it's very over the top, or it's nonsensical or illogical. There were places, I'm sure even you would have felt that,
Of
or
course, of course, of course.
places where you just felt that, okay, it's little too long, because the film is almost 3 hours long.
Actually, I did not feel that. I was so much engaged in the movie, I did not feel that it's too long. But yeah,
Yeah,
I on the before part, yeah, I agree.
maybe because of the fast screenplay, because everything is so pacey. So you don't really realize that it's been 3 hours already. But overall, I think so again, my point, more than just a film, is, let's not. The point of this discussion was not to review or rate a film that I usually do on
Hmm.
this channel, because now this film has surpassed that. That
Yeah,
emotion has gone beyond just another Bollywood film, because of so many angles attached to it. Because this is the first film since almost 9-10 years that is so anti-establishment, that has, pinpointed so many aspects of, what's wrong with this country these days. And again, the Shahrukh factor that we talked about, breaking the fourth wall because of what all has happened with him and his family in the last few years. So addressing that
this
indirectly,
time he took it personally.
and it's like subtle, but also everybody knows, who is he talking about, or why is he
The
doing that.
dialogue, that dialogue obviously makes it obvious. बेटे को हाथ लगाने से पहले बाप से बात कर. It's like the
Yeah,
most obvious thing.
yeah, and it must be a late edition, because according to an interview, I think he met Atlee in 2020 or 2021. So the film was, in the process since then. But whatever
Hmm.
happened last year, I think this dialogue must have been
This
dubbed.
no, no. Actually, that also happened back in 2021, late
Yeah,
2021.
sorry. So 2 years. So I think this might have been added last year during the dub or something. But yeah. So these are the reasons why I seriously feel that, this film, uh, even with the flaws, people might just forget the flaws.
I would like to take one thing. So when in the trailer it was revealed, बेटे को हाथ लगाने से पहले बाप से बात कर, it made obvious that Shahrukh Khan is going to be double role. There
Hmm.
were so many theories, and this dialogue obviously made it much more obvious. But then in the beginning of the movie, when Shah Rukh Khan actually debalds himself, removes the bald cap, I said, okay, so that okay, there's only one Shah Rukh Khan then. So it was just for fake up false theories which were people were coming up. And a day before, I actually read somewhere that someone had commented, and the comment was, he is not actually saying बेटे को हाथ लगाने से पहले आप बाप से बात कर. He's saying बेटी को हाथ लगाने से बाप से बात कर. So I thought we might have misheard it, and then we see that Nayantara's daughter, they have this friendship and father-daughter relationship. So maybe actually Vijay Sethupathi might have kidnapped his daughter uh, to revenge because Shah Rukh Khan, Ashlesha Thakur, that happened in the beginning of the movie. I thought so. Maybe actually he actually says, "बेटी को हाथ लगाने से बाप से बात कर," and the daughter-father duo will happen. But no, actually, when
Yeah, and see why I was also surprised at interval point when the father comes again. One of the reasons was because he takes out that ball cap in the beginning.
hmm,
So I also, so especially, so I knew that there was a special appearance in Sanjay Dutt and everything. So
even
when
I knew that Sanjay Dutt's appearance
yeah,
would be.
so no, so when the interval thing happened, and suddenly, you know that somebody's coming now, who is coming to rescue. I At that point I first thought either it's going to be Deepika Padukone, or either it's going to be Sanjay Dutt. So I was taken aback when his another avatar came on.
No, actually, I knew Shah Rukh Khan because now actually I was much more obvious now since Shah Rukh Khan had been abducted. I knew that his father will come because the place where he was abducted and was being tortured is the same place where we saw in the trailer that Shah Rukh
Mhm.
Khan is beating someone with his belt.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's actually father going to be here now. So it did not come out as a surprise to me. It had been a surprise if they hadn't put that dialogue in the movie. In the trailer, I still wish that they had not put that dialogue in the trailer.
So other
Also,
than that,
one more flaw. Please stop romanticizing every part. No, it felt so odd. No, Shahrukh, Mr. Shahrukh, I love you. You're 58. You're almost 60. Leave the romantic angle.
yeah, I
Movie
mean,
would have
uh,
been anyway
you
the
know,
same if you hadn't. Huh.
so for me, what really ticked me off in the romantic angle was the fact that she says yes to him because of the daughter, right? And then suddenly in the next scene, there's a romantic song between them. So that doesn't really make any sense, right?
Actually, the song has been obviously made for Shah Rukh Khan because Shah Rukh Khan, if Shah Rukh Khan is there, the romantic song has to be there.
Yeah.
Also, one more odd thing which
So
I
they could
found
have put it
really,
at the end, right? Just as a
they could
promotional
have put
song.
it at the end.
Yeah.
But you know what? Also, one of the most the oddest thing which I found was Riddhi Dogra as Kaveri Amma. She's so young. I have a crush on her, and it did not feel like she can play his mother. No, it looked so. First of all, the Kaveri Amma's image has to be the one from Swades.
Hmm.
It looks so odd. No, Riddhi Dogra.
No,
She could have been a part of that team, but they should have gone for someone else. I know they wanted to give an important role and they wanted to show the younger version. I don't know. That felt really odd to me.
yeah, and see,
Or maybe she could have been the heroine of the movie. Oh, yeah,
the
that would
the
have also worked.
the romantic angle worked so well between Deepika and Shahrukh in the
Obviously, correct,
youngster,
correct.
and I think Deepika for me put one of the best performances in the film. Even I think she
Even
has,
in a cameo.
yeah, I think she even surpassed Shahrukh's performance at places. So for me, she really stole the show for me. So what I'm trying to say is with Deepika, that romantic angle was taken care of in the film. So
Yeah, actually, Chaleya song could have been suited well with Deepika, right?
yeah, yeah, and the Farata song was not at all any. You I don't even remember the tune. You
You
know,
just told me. I just remember. Okay,
yeah,
that was a song in
yeah.
the movie.
So because with Deepika, that romantic angle was already taken care of. I don't think they needed the romantic angle with with Nayantara, and again, it just all felt so forced that suddenly this girl likes Shah Rukh and sees a father figure in him, and because of that, then she says yes to him. And there was just one moment of romance between them before the fight happens, like after the marriage.
And then say,
So
okay, bye. That was the only part.
yeah,
Move
so
on.
it didn't click with
It
me
did
as
not work.
yeah.
Also, I really enjoyed the Shah Rukh Khan's the older version performance. It felt so natural.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
He's like he's the the cool old man that we usually see in the Hollywood movies like Arnold. We see Sylvester Stallone. They are always shown so cool. So
so I
similarly, he looked. Oh my God! You just received $25.
yeah, this is the coolest thing that has ever happened to this channel. I think.
Maybe
Uh,
it's my luck that got it to you.
Thank you so much, Shelly. And you know why this is even cooler? I because so how you need to have like $100 to withdraw money from the
You just
YouTube
completed
thing.
$100.
I was around 75, I think, and I needed around this amount. So thank you, Shelly. This means a lot. Now I can, pay some of my bills on time for this month. But let's take the comment. I saw this movie. This is a typical masala movie. Yes, absolutely. This is the masala film supremacy, as they say these days. This is like the
Absolutely,
epitome.
and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. We enjoy. We love masala movie. And that too coming from Shah Rukh Khan. Oh my,
Yeah,
what amazing.
and because it has all the right ingredients. And so one thing that I really liked was the storyline had just enough substance. Like that the gun thing that it stops working at that point. So
Oh,
yeah, that angle was very intriguing until the end, like, because I knew that if they have introduced this sort of a thing, so it will bite his ass in the
Correct,
end.
correct, correct. I knew this will be a comeback when
Yeah.
I somehow knew this will be a comeback. Vijay Sethupathi tries and his own gun. Vijay Sethupathi was a great villain. Was a great, good
Yeah, but
villain.
as great as an actor he is, I just still feel that he was little underutilized as his older version. Like his in his younger version, when especially in that scene with Deepika, he had that menace in his face. But as he gets older, right, and
He
calling
he
his
became more of witty. He became more of witty and comedy kind of a person.
yeah, but just that, you know, like how every good protagonist needs an equally stronger antagonist, right? Like if Batman needs a Joker or a Riddler to be a Batman, right? So I think same way Shahrukh or Jawan in this Azad, he just sort of deserved us maybe a more layered, so to say, antagonist against him.
Also, it kind of felt odd that during the last fight, he just came with such a small army. Just a
That's
small
true.
little army.
That's true. And no, but see, with the small army, I think what they did smartly was the ways to just abruptly just destroy the plans of the opposition, like how the parachute or so those things were very well used and thought out and executed. So I think in that sense, it still made some sense. Have you seen Jailer by any chance? Rajnikant's recent film.
Half of it. Till the time that when he's explaining this to his family that just stay here,
Okay.
don't move an inch, and I'll take care of the
So,
rest.
so I'll wait for you to watch it completely because there are some similarities with how he assembles a team. So, so
It's an
that's
amazing film, right? It's an amazing film, right?
it's not amazing. I mean, it's just it's
Okay, so you know
better
what?
than
I'll tell you one thing. So I was in Bangalore for almost a month last month, August. So I went for Oh My God 2, and there was a huge line. It was 15th of August. I went for the second watch of Oh My God 2. It was a huge line. And it was 15th August, so I went with my brother, and we thought the line might be for Gadar 2 because Gadar 2 was making tons of money. And somehow, when we were able to clear the queue and enter the theater, it was for Jailer, and the line did not end. More of people were coming for. They had to run the show from 3 in the morning because
Hmm.
such a mass fan for Mr. Rajinikanth.
Yeah, yeah. And even I think if I'm not wrong, I went around the same time,
Okay,
and uh, Gadar 2 and OMG 2 were also playing at the same time. But so I went for the Tamil version with subtitles, and
okay.
it had the longest queue.
Which Nona faced
Yeah,
problems on. Second half,
out.
they did not have subtitles.
It had the longest queue, longer than Gadar 2, and so even in Mumbai it was the same. But anyway, coming back to this now, we have discussed the flaws and the things we didn't like and the things we like now. As people are starting to think now, do you
One
think?
more thing. I really enjoyed what the Easter eggs that they had put. Obviously, Kaveri Amma, and then the family man Easter egg. That Ashlesha Thakur is she doesn't have money, and then it's Priya Mani. What's her name in the
Yes,
what's her name in the show in Family Man?
I forgot.
Dviti, no, Dviti's daughter's name. Suchi.
Hmm.
So Suchi, mother daughter duo. I love that. I go wow, such a
Yeah,
nice
yeah, that was
family
that
man.
was a nice touch. So now, do you think? So I think if there is going to be a part 2 or something, I just really hope that they make a spin-off on Vikram Rathore, because that look on Shahrukh Khan, that the hair, the whole swag. I just want a spin-off on Vikram Rathore, the present one, not the previous one.
Exactly. I was thinking on the same line. Exactly on the same line. And you know, one of the things which I really liked was when he doesn't say anything, but he says
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah,
and he now
yeah.
remembers
And
everything.
and so
Shelly has commented
yeah,
something.
so she
Uh,
says
sh-
my
she has mixed
feelings
feelings
are
about the Jawan.
seems like the movie was
Shelly, absolutely. The movie. See, Shah Rukh Khan, as we all know, I don't know how much in your country Shah Rukh Khan is available, but he's like the biggest movie star in India at least, or in the neighboring countries, in Asian countries where Hindi was spoken majorly. So yes, obviously it was more of a actor service, the service, or maybe the fan service because people love to watch him. It was definitely there. But you know what, Shelly, in India and or maybe the when mass movies are made, hero worshipism there are there in the movie.
Yeah.
There has always been presented the actor or the hero of the movie has been always presented in such a way that we worship the hero. So I get that part in Hollywood movies, it's very subtle, but it's very much natural or very much normal in the Indian cinema. I think you weren't you. I think you don't have. I think you might have not watched KGF and KGF 2. You should watch them if you, or maybe you should not watch if you think that's distracting.
No, I mean, see, especially with South Indian cinema, like, because Atlee comes from a land of Rajnikant and Kamal Hassan. So those people have grown up, watching those kind of films. So these directors are from that generation where they would have, idolized all these actors and the directors of previous generations. So, of course, it will be then reflective in their own work as well. So I think it will be amazing to just have a spin-off where you see Vikram Rathore in the present tense and not I want mine because I think that look also where he's a soldier, that look.
Vikram Rathore and his army,
Yeah,
army,
yeah, yeah.
and maybe the Azad has some little cameo to it. Maybe towards the end of the movie, that father son again fights the villain, but
Yeah.
it should be more focused on maybe he had some past mission and maybe the villain is still alive. That on the same on that page we can have another movie. Also, Shelly, I would like to recommend you two films of Mr. Shahrukh Khan that you should watch them. It's totally like cinematic movies. One was Swades,
Mm.
Swades. I think it's available with English subtitles, but I'm not sure if it's available in English. And the other movies, it's very much underrated. Kesha, I was actually going to talk about you with about this movie was Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na.
Mm.
It's one of my favorite Shah Rukh Khan films. The Shelly, the other movie is Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. It's in
Even even
the
even Chak De India, like I don't think
Chak
there's
De
any
India still
worshipping in that.
Chak De India received a lot of praise for not just the performance but as a movie it's also worked out really well.
And
I'm
also that's another film where there's no hero worshipping.
there's no hero worship. Yeah, you can watch Chak De India as
Yeah.
well if for
Who
that
knows? Maybe
matter.
she even has seen all these. Who knows?
Maybe. But definitely Swades, I don't think so that Shelly might have watched Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. I
Yeah,
doubt
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's true.
Watch Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. It's about a guy, and the movie is so like the movie was made in 90s, but still so much relatable. Okay, she hasn't watched the movie. So Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na is basically about a guy, Sunil, played by Shah Rukh Khan, and he's in his 20s. He likes a girl, but the girl doesn't like him back, and he's struggling to get her. On the same page, he fails in exams. He's not doing anything good in his life, and the movie also ends on such a point that he hasn't achieved anything. It's I'm not going to spoil it for you, but just watch that movie. It's a gem of a movie. It's so much relatable, so much. Uh, Kesha, how do I put it? It's so much real. It actually happens.
I think it's a film that that is like how some films are evergreen. Like even if you watch it after a long time, it's still relevant. So I think it falls in that category. But I think overall, Jawan, for me, it will remain one of those films where you're not. It's. Do you think that it is somewhere in that category of the films that Amir Khan used to do? Very very entertaining, but also with a social cause at the end. So uh,
Amir Khan, Amir Khan has not done entertaining and social movie. I mean, as a whole in the same movie, has he?
I mean, I'm not so like he.
Dangal. How do you put
Yeah,
Dangal? Dangal is okay. It's an entertaining movie, but I don't know.
but okay, but after this, so see how after Pathan, our expectations for Jawan, after Pathan, it went here. Now, where are
Okay,
your
now
expectations with Donkey?
Donkey is actually going to be the one of the best movies of Shah Rukh Khan's career. So Shelly, let me tell you that the upcoming movie, Shah Rukh Khan's movie, is a Donkey, Dunki. It sounds like donkey, and will be explained in the movie why it is called Donkey instead of donkey.
Yeah, people in
And
India pronounce it
Donkey. In the
pronounce.
local, we pronounce it Donkey or Donkey Gada. So, Donkey is being made by Rajkumar Hirani, and that person has a record of making absolutely gem of the movies of Bollywood, starting from Munna Bhai MBBS, Lage Rao Munna Bhai, Sanju, and PK. Three Idiots. These some of the movies are absolutely super duper hit movies of India, and you can watch them. You won't feel like a typical mass Bollywood film. These films are one of the best films of the entire history of cinema. And you
Yeah,
know why?
and
You know what, Kesh? I think you already know that Munna Bhai MBBS was offered to Shah Rukh
yeah,
Khan.
yeah, yeah, I know, I know. Even Rang De
Right?
Basanti was offered to him.
Okay, I
Uh,
had no idea about
yeah,
that.
so she saw PK. So yeah, so with the same director, Shahrukh is finally collaborating, and
And actually, the both of them wanted to work together, but
yeah,
th good things take time. So
it's all about
Donkey is going to
timing,
be the.
right? It's all
It's all
about
about.
timing because so the best example I can give right now. So we were planning to do this yesterday, right? If we had done it yesterday, Shelly might not have joined us, and I might not have, you know,
Being
she
able
may.
to pay your bill.
It's all about timing. When the timing is right, Shahrukh was supposed to collaborate with Rajkumar Hirani. When the timing was right, you and I were supposed to talk about Jawan today.
And
And Shelly,
if Shah Rukh Khan had me Munna MBBS, it might not have worked out for both of them. Even for Shah Rukh and Rajkumar Hirani as a director. For Munna Bhai, Sanjay Dutt was born. He was certified to play Munna Bhai. I don't think so. I can say this. Danke ki chot pe. I
Donkey ki
can say
chot
this
pe.
on stamp paper. I can say this on stamp paper. No one would have played a better role than Sanjay Dutt as Munna Bhai and Arshad Varsi as Circuit.
Yeah.
Shelly,
Anyway,
do
so
watch Munna Bhai.
this one, it's
It's 11 a.m. in
so yeah,
California. It's
so
11:30 p.m. in India. Bharat.
yeah, so
We are Bharat now, by the way.
thank you so much, Shelly, for joining, and all the other people who have watched this, especially people who will watch or who have come from Geeky Shiki channel link as well. Thank you for joining, and please do subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching from my end, please go check out Geeky Shiki. He does some amazing stuff in with regards to Marvel and DC, which is down these days, but I'm sure it's going to pick up at the right time.
Probably from
Um,
next month after Loki arrives.
yeah, so something like that. If
And
you're
I'm just
interested in,
5,000 subscribers away from 1 lakh subscribers. And still stuck. I've been on it's been like for 5 months and I've been stable on 95,000 subscribers. I'm still waiting on Loki for it to happen.
I'm
And
sure you'll get there this year itself. And I think with Jawan success, and I think Donkey is coming on Christmas. So in the
yeah,
last week of December, we'll probably collaborate again to talk about that film. We can plan that in advance. I'm telling you. So thank you again,
absolutely.
guys, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Why we love Shahrukh Khan, why we thought Jawan is beyond another Bollywood film. For further such stuff, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Again, thank you so much, Shelly. Once again, I really
And
appreciate it.
Shelly, if possible, please do watch those movies which I've recommended you. These are some of the best movies of Shah Rukh Khan.
Goodbye.